All right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to. All right, there we go. Team's telling me I'm muted. Welcome, everybody. How's it going? Elkie, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, if you can see me. All right, awesome. Well, welcome everybody back to the Six Figure Funnel Workshop. Elkie, let's go ahead and make sure the Virtual Stage Secrets team, let's make sure that's pinned to the top. Let's make sure everybody's tagged. We want to make sure everybody is here today. Everybody is here because what we're about to drop today is going to change your world. It's going to rock your world, I should say. So listen, I'm looking over here to see if we have anybody on live yet. And I'm so excited because yesterday was just a sneak peek at what's to come. Yesterday was just a sneak peek at what's possible in your business, in your life, when you leverage the strategies of the one percenters, when you leverage what all the other coaches that are making 6-7 figures, what they're doing to grow their business, other course creators, other agency owners, they're leveraging to grow their business right now in 2023. When you tap into those strategies, oh man, the opportunities are endless. So listen, we're going to go ahead and jump right on in it today. If you're brand new, if you just registered last night for the event, or you're just tuning into the Facebook group and just getting started with us. All right, let me see here. Making sure I can see you guys. One second, I'm going to pull up. Here we go. Cool. All right, if you're just tuning in with us in the Facebook group, or you're just tuning in here in Zoom, wherever you're watching at, listen, yesterday was a dream. We opened up the Six Figure Funnel Workshop, sharing with you guys the vision. We shared the vision of how we want everybody that comes into this event to become an industry leader. We want everybody who watches this live stream, everybody who watches this video, to be number one in their space. We want you to become the go-to in real estate. We want you to be the go-to in financial planning. We want you to be number one in every single area that you're operating in. But it takes operating at a different level. And so yesterday we dove into a few topics. We dove into the conversation of the old way versus the new way of marketing. The old way versus the new way of marketing. We talked about how in this world today, if you're trying to sell and you're trying to market the same way you were 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even pre-pandemic, you're in a whirlwind. You're in for it, right? If you're operating the same way you were last year at this moment right now, I'm telling you, the next, and we talked about this yesterday, so go back and watch the replay. You're in for a rude awakening, because the next 12 months to 24 months is going to rock a lot of people's world in business. Yes, the recession has part of it, but guess what? We talked about yesterday, just a quick recap. Remember, people are getting smarter. People are getting more picky about who they work with and what offers they take, which led us to the conversation of, do you have a good offer? Do you have a good offer? Do you have an offer that people can't resist? Do you have an offer that is, I called it yesterday, a crazy no-brainer offer, where when people see it, they're like, this is for me? And so yesterday, just give you a quick recap, what we discussed was, we said, what are the problems? Well, what we started out, let me back it up. We asked, what is your client's dream destination? What is the dream destination for them? Where do they want to be? Then we went on to talk about, what is the problems that they face? What is the problems that they face on a day-to-day basis trying to get to that goal? And then we ask, what are solutions? What are the solutions to those problems? And then lastly, we talked about what solution vehicles. So you know the solution, but how can you deliver those solutions to your client in a way that's going to help them get further faster? And that was the foundation. Because we talked about how before we even get to any funnels, before we get into any sales, What I'm about to teach you tonight will not work without that foundation built. It's like trying to build a house on sand, right? You can't, if you have great marketing, but a sucky offer, it's not going to work out for you. Right? And so that's what we're getting into tonight. Tonight's more marketing heavy now that you have your offer settled in. What's up, Calvin? What's up, everybody in Facebook world? Nice to see you guys. But now that you have it dialed in, and like I said, I'm assuming you already know your niche, so we're not going to go into that tonight. We're not going over that this weekend. This is strictly about how to use my 6-figure funnels. And so I don't know about you guys, but I hope you're excited, as excited as I am. I hope you're pumped up, ready, because what I'm about to share with you guys tonight, just to give you a little perspective, has generated over $35 million. And you guys probably see that in some of the marketing stuff we've done and some of the advertisements, but literally over $35 million over the past few years for our clients. Not for me directly, but for our clients. That's the wins we've gotten. What I'm about to show you guys tonight is how Rasul, one of our clients last week, made $50,000. How one of our clients, Yolanda, made $50,000, about $30,000 her first challenge, I think like $20,000 her second challenge funnel that we're going to discuss. That's one of the funnels we're going to talk about how she made, about 40 to 50-ish thousand. We're going to talk about how one of my real estate mentor, right? You guys remember him from the story yesterday, how he ended up making, I think the first time we implemented this, 30,000, the second time over 100,000, the third time over like 200 and something odd thousand. And it kept snowballing. I'm going to lay all this out to you. So this is what I want to encourage you guys to do. Have a pen and paper ready. Please, you're going to do yourself a disservice. I know, Calvin, you're driving, bro. Don't wreck, please, my man. Don't wreck, my man. I don't know if you're driving or you're cruising. Oh, you're parked. Okay, I was going to say. It looks like your wife's maybe shopping and you're just hanging out in the car. I'm just assuming here. I don't know. But you're going to do yourself a disservice. You do not have a pen and paper ready here. Because one single gem I dropped tonight could literally change the game in your business. I'm going to give you a lot too. It's going to be like a fire hose like I talked about yesterday. Number two thing, before we get into this, what I want you guys to do is create a growth environment. If you're at home, you're in an environment where you can create this. I want you to turn off all distractions, turn off the TV, turn down the radio, put the kids with someone else. I don't know. I was going to say lock them in the room, but don't do that. Don't do that. You'll have CPS calling you, right? So create a growth environment where you can just lock in for yourself for the next hour and 30 minutes. Hour and 30 minutes. Just lock in for yourself. Because we're getting heavy into funnels, and I'm about to reveal to you guys my 6-figure funnel framework. Now, before we get into this, I want to start off because there's some people here, they're newer. There's some people here, you're fresh, you just started a business, or you're trying to start your business. And you're like, Michael, I don't understand what a funnel is. I'm so kind of confused. Is that like the thing you put oil in your car with? I'm like, no. What we're going to be talking about tonight is how to use an online tool we call a funnel to really drive traffic into your business. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to give you a definition of funnel. A funnel, to be honest, can be multiple methods and multiple strategies. A sales funnel that we're talking about tonight, to give you perspective, is the process you use. Write this down. A sales funnel is the process I use to take my client from where they are now to where they want to be. Let me restate that. A sales funnel, I'm going to say it a different way, is the strategy and the method you use to get people from a cold prospect, a lead in your business, to a customer where you can help them get to that dream destination we talked about. So yesterday, I had this piece of paper, which was kind of janky. I wrote on yesterday. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we talked about on point A, right? What's up? I see the Facebook. Great day to you guys as well. Great day to you guys. So we talked about point A, we talked about point Z, right? And so we talked about how your people, they're at point A right now and they're feeling all these things, they're experiencing all these things. But at point Z is their dream destination. Well, guess what? Your solution vehicle is going to help them overcome all the obstacles in the middle of that A to Z journey. But guess what? At the same time, your sales process, aka your sales funnel, is what's going to help them get there as well, right? And so in this context, so tonight when I'm talking about funnels, I'm going to give you specific types of sales funnels. But in the sense of sales funnel in generality, is that a sales funnel is the process you use to take people through from a prospect, a lead, to a customer, and keep them a customer. And unfortunately, before we dive into this, I want to hit on this. Unfortunately, there's a lot of you guys here today who you don't have a sales process. And you're like, Michael, I don't have that. Do I need to set that up? Yeah, you probably need to ask yourself, what is my sales process? But we'll get into that later. That's another conversation for another time. But what I'm going to show you guys is tonight just two of my favorite online sales funnels that you can implement into your business in 2023 and start seeing new lead flow and new sales. Some of you guys are in here. Calvin's already heard some of this before, but I'm going to go super deep tonight to give you as many gems as possible, because I don't want you leaving this call feeling like I gypped you, even though this was a free event. Some of you all paid VIP. I want you to feel like you should have charged, or you should have paid $1,000 to be in this class. That's how hard I want to go today. That's how hard I want to go in this class. But let's talk about before we get into them, why are the sales funnels that I'm using and that I'm about to teach you guys working so well? So sales funnels are what you need to use. You need to figure out your sales process, and I'm going to reveal these mystical, which aren't really mystical, but these funnels that you can implement into your business. But why do they work so well? Why is it that just I'm going to try to pull some examples out of my hat here. How was it that we helped let me see. Elkie, go ahead, DM me. Elkie, DM me here in Zoom privately some of our past clients, just so I can get a jog of memory in my head, like just either the names of them or the names of the challenge. But I'm gonna go off a few. So how were we able to help? Man, there's so many people I work with. I just don't want to say names or anything. So we helped a lady. She had a little bit of a following, but she was just starting her coaching business. She was only selling a course, and she was barely making any money per month. How were we able to literally, by one funnel, able to take her? She coached people how to start rental car businesses, how to get their credit straight. How were we able to take her to literally $70,000 in a week? How does it work? Like, how are we able to do that? How are we able to keep dropping them? Keep dropping them, Elkie. I'm seeing all these. I want to pick out. I've already talked about David and the Kingdom Wealth. How are we able to, for example, man, my brain is not working, but we work with people every single day. Okay, that one's a good one. So how are we able to take literally 3 guys, partner them together, put one funnel? They all drove traffic to one funnel that we built, and they generated I think it was over $2.5 million in a week. Would you guys be cool with it? $2.5 million? Anybody cool with that? Elkie, you cool with that? Calvin, anybody in here, you cool with that? And on top of that, generated an additional, like how I said additional, probably about 10,000 leads or so. Probably like 8 to 10,000 leads. How are we? Okay, I'm going to do this last one because you guys are probably like, Michael, I'm tired. I'm tired of this. But how were we able to literally help one of my good friends, Charles, who's a financial advisor, make an additional $75,000 to $100,000 with one sales funnel? Like, what makes these things work so good? Well, what I'm about to share with you guys and what you're about to listen to and hear and learn is the culmination of a combination of a few things. One, what I'm about to share with you works so well because it expedites your authority. It expedites the rapport that people have with you. Who wants to build rapport faster with your clients? Drop a me in the chat right now. Who wants to drop? That's good, Elkie. Thank you for doing that. Who wants to build more rapport with their clients faster? I see somebody says, I'm cool with that. Calvin says, me. Somebody else says me, right? So why it works so well, what we're about to show you guys, is because we strategically place it to where your authority, your rapport is built as fast as possible. Number two, with what I'm about to share with you tonight, I'm going to give you a little hint. We're going to talk about stages. And some of you guys are like, stages? What do you mean? Like talking on top of like on a physical stage? Kinda, but not really. But there's something about stages that I love, which is similar to point number one. I got a question. Have you ever been to a conference? Some of you all have, some of y'all haven't. Or maybe even a church. We'll just say, have you ever been somewhere and there was a stage and somebody walked up on the stage and started speaking? Anybody? Like, that's a pretty basic question. I just want to start small real quick. Has anybody ever been somewhere where somebody steps on the stage and starts speaking in front of you? I would imagine so. What happened when that person got on that stage in front of you and started speaking? More than likely, they had more power in the room. More than likely, they had more power when they stepped on that stage, was handed a mic, and just said a few words. They had more power. And what I love about what I'm about to share with you guys tonight is that when you utilize these things, your perceived power, but then your power in general is just going to go up. So not only your authority, your rapport, but your power over your audience is going to go up. That's why I love stages. It doesn't, I don't think people get this. Like, somebody could probably go on a stage and say something uplifting, say something, maybe something, I'll just say this, say something uplifting, say something, maybe facts, state a quote, and we would probably believe them. Why? Because they're on the stage in front of us. They are elevated in front of us. And I'm going to be honest, there's some things people may say, and you'd be like, okay, that's cap, right? That's fake. But a lot of times people get up and say stuff, we just believe them because they're on top of a stage. And so what I'm about to share with you guys tonight works so well because I'm going to show you how to get on stage in front of people, which is what we all want, right? Whether you're an introvert or extrovert, you told me you're here because you want to get more leads and get more sales, which means you have to get yourself and your message in front of more people. So what I'm going to share with you guys is going to help you get in front of more people faster, which is what we all want. Get your message, get your brand, get your offer in front of more people faster. And so what I'm going to share with you guys is a story. Back when David and myself, my real estate mentor, we were in the beginning journeys of growing his business. Now, you guys remember yesterday how I mentioned we grew his business like 7 figures plus. But what I didn't tell you was the beginning when we were failing and trying multiple things, it just wasn't working. And whenever I look back at the beginning times in like 2018-ish, that 2018-ish period, whenever that was, I look back and I'm like, why didn't none of the stuff work that we tried before? Why did the free ebook stuff, or not free ebook, I can't remember, I think we did a paid ebook. We did a few things. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing paid ebooks, free ebooks, go for it. I actually have a free ebook funnel. But at the time, just wasn't working, and if it was working a little bit, but it just wasn't fast. And so I look back and I'm like, the reason why is because we weren't leveraging at scale. We weren't getting in front of people as we weren't getting in front of a lot of people as fast as possible. But when we made this shift and we decided to leverage what I'm about to share with you tonight and get our message in front of more people faster, that's when the light switch changed. That's when the lights came on and we started generating new leads, started generating money. So tonight, lock yourselves in, boys and girls, because we're going to dive into my top 2 favorite. There's other favorites, but I'm just going to talk about 2 of them. 2 ways, 2 funnels to generate new income in 2023, to generate more leads. Now listen, hear me out. Some of you all here, you may have heard of these tactics in a way. You may have been taught about these funnels in a way. You may have been talked, and actually some of you all may have been running these in your business a certain way. If that's you, cool. Stay locked in, because one little thing that you may not be doing, that you could be doing, could change everything. Lock in, because maybe the way I do something and we're finding success in could change the way you're doing it currently. Or maybe you learned about something in the past. Maybe I'm going to teach you a little bit different. So tonight we're going to talk about 2 funnels. One is a masterclass funnel. A masterclass funnel. Okay? And I'm gonna talk about the difference between these 2 funnels and which one you should start out with. And I'm gonna try to make it as simple as possible, but I'm gonna go deep as well. So I'm gonna make it as simple as possible. I'm gonna go deep. So the first one we're gonna talk about is a masterclass funnel. And I don't care what industry you're in. You could be a life insurance agent. You could be a real estate coach. You could be a health coach. What I'm about to share with you tonight can apply to you. And I'm gonna be honest, I was talking to a friend yesterday, or 2 days ago, and I asked him. I said, I was talking about these types of funnels. And I said, are your agents in your business, because he has a life insurance business, I said, are they using this? He's like, no, but they should be. I was like, yeah, they should be. They're missing out on thousands of dollars a year because they're not. So we're going to talk about a masterclass funnel. I'm going to get a piece of paper out, because I like to draw. It helps me think. So we're going to talk about a high converting masterclass funnel, and then 2, we're going to be talking about a high converting challenge funnel. Okay, challenge funnel. Some of you guys have already implemented these, but I'm going to give you our exact blueprints and how we've used these. One of them may fit for you, one of them may not. I'm going to be honest. You may look at this and say, Michael, I don't want to implement either of them, and that's fine. That's fine. But the goal is to give you as much ammo as possible to go out there and knock them down. Bring the people in. So what is a masterclass funnel? What is this thing? Some people call it a webinar funnel, but I want to say masterclass because, little disclaimer before we get started, I don't like the word webinar, because over time, or the past 5 to 10 years, it's just gotten really a bad name to it, I feel like. I just really feel like webinar is kind of like when you hear people say, oh, I'm hosting a webinar. It's like, oh, you're selling me something, right? Somebody says, give me the ammo, please. I'll try my best. But I don't like, so I'm not going to call it a webinar funnel, even though a webinar funnel and a masterclass funnel are pretty much the same exact thing. I'm going to call it a masterclass funnel because it's a newer term. I like it because there's not as much as a negative connotation to it. A lot of you all have been on webinars before, and you know the main point of those are to sell and to get clients. But over time, people have used that term and just abused it. And so what I call them is masterclass funnels, master trainings, master classes, where you're going to teach people, or you're going to educate your clients over 60 to 90 minutes. Okay, I'm going to break this down all for you, but let's take it one step at a time. A masterclass funnel is in a main synopsis is a 60 to 90 minute class where you're going to educate your potential clients, those people that are at point A, your dream clients. We're going to educate them on what you know, your expertise, what you're good at. And so you're here tonight. Let me know what industries are you guys in? Drop it in the chat. Let me know what industries you all are in, and I'm gonna use some of your guys's industries and your niches as examples here. But it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you're going to take 60 to 90 minutes, maybe a little longer, to educate someone with intentions of getting them closer to your offer, that crazy no-brainer offer. And one thing I see about, and I'm gonna save that tip to the end. Okay, I'm about to give you all these tips and start pouring it out. I need to take one step at a time, Michael. One step at a time. So the main intention of these, you can run these paid or free. You can offer these to the public for free, or you can do paid versions. But what I'm going to talk about is a free masterclass funnel. And so if I was to go over and do a high level view of what this looks like, it looks like this. One, you have some kind of registration, or you advertise this and collect people's information before the masterclass begins, before this 60 to 90 minute training begins. For a masterclass funnel, what I'm about to talk to you guys, you normally advertise a lot of times about a week in advance. This isn't, the reason why I love this is very good for beginners. If you've never used funnels, you've never spoken on stages before, and you've never even been online, listen, I love this one. This is the perfect way to get started. All you do is create a training based around what you want to teach people, what you want to educate them on. You invite them to the training. Tip, always collect their contact info. A lot of you guys already do that, but collect their email, their name. Make sure you collect their phone number. Phone numbers are gold in this day and age. Somebody says, I'm in insurance. Love it. That's going to be a perfect example for this. You craft this training, you advertise it, get interest, and then people attend and you educate them. Now, at the end of that call, you can do multiple things. I'm going to give the full blueprint here in just a minute. But at the end of that call, you either A, sell them something directly on the training, or B, get them on a call with someone on your team or with you to close them and get them into your ecosystem. That's the main goal here, to get them as clients. So if you're an insurance agent, I'm just making this up. Let's say you sell life insurance. Let's say you're trying to teach people how to leverage whole life insurance to do infinite banking, right? Some of you guys have heard about the infinite banking concept. That's really big right now. What I would do is I would craft a training, and I want to go, listen, you don't have to spend weeks and weeks and months crafting and building out this training. I'm going to give you a simple framework here in just a minute on how to run these, okay? But all you're going to do is build out a simple training for all about whole life insurance, all about how to become get into infinite banking. You're going to talk about what infinite banking is, why people should leverage it, and then how they can actually take action on it. And once you craft that and you know what you're going to teach, advertise it to the public. We're going to talk about traffic at the very end of this call. In about 45 minutes, we're going to talk about traffic, maybe even 30 minutes. But you're going to drive traffic. And listen, you don't have to have some fancy website for this. You don't have to, listen, I want you guys tonight, if you've never done this, I want you to take action fast and don't worry about the fancy email automations. I don't want you to worry about the fancy funnels. I just want you to create a class and then shoot Zoom invites to people. Do it in your Facebook community. But you invite them, you get them in the class, and then you educate them. And then for you, I'm not sure who this is. It doesn't say your name on the screen. But this insurance agent, all that she would do is maybe book a call. Hey, if you're interested in learning how to use infinite banking, this whole life policies in your life, listen, my team will actually take you on this journey and walk your hand through it all. Book a call with me here. Here's the link. We'll get you set up tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And what happens is this works so well because people come in, people may be like, I've always wondered about life insurance. Do I need it? What kind's the best? And so what happens is, I told you guys this, what's going to happen is you become the authority in that 60 to 90 minutes. You're going to give them as much game as possible. You're going to teach them. You're going to show them you know what you know. And then at the end of that 60, 90 minutes, guess what? They're going to come out and say, dang, Calvin knows his stuff. Man, so-and-so knows his stuff or her stuff. And so literally in 60 to 90 minutes, you guys build ultimate authority with people, more trust than you had yesterday. And guess what? You start building leads. Because guess what? You're going to start advertising this masterclass. You're going to start advertising this masterclass, and guess what? Is everybody going to attend? Sorry, I got some in my eyes. That's weird. Is everybody going to attend your class? No. But you're going to start, as you start advertising this on your social media, as you're going to start advertising this on your email list to whoever, you're going to start getting people who raise their hand and say, yeah, I'm interested. It's free class. I'll take it. Those are leads for your business. And one thing I noticed that people do is they never, even after the masterclass, they never follow up with those leads that says, yes, I'm interested. When you advertise the class, somebody, let's say Uncle Joe raises his hand. Yeah, I need some life insurance. I need to learn how to use that. Send me an invite. And then Uncle Joe never shows up, and then you never reach back out to him. But you're starting, this is going to be a great way to generate leads. And so you're like, Michael, but how do I structure that 60 to 90 minute training? What do I talk about? What do I do? So number one, what I always do is I always start out welcoming and building engagement. That's number one. Number one in this 60 to 90 minute training, do a welcome and engagement. When I say engagement, I mean engage with the people. You got Antoine in the building. What's up, Antoine? Hey, how's it going? Or you got, like, let's say there's 100 people in the room. Hey, drop a 1 in the chat if you're getting this. Glad to have you here, man. So, hey, Calvin, how's your day going? Build engagement. It doesn't have to be so formal. It doesn't have to, people prefer it to be laid back. People prefer it to be chill. So, number one is welcome and engagement. Engagement, I'm going to tell you guys, this is a little tip. The virtual events I've ran over the past 5 to 6 years, the events that have the highest engagement convert the highest. Write that down. The events that have the highest engagement have the highest conversions. And that's not, I can't guarantee that, but majority of the time, if I was to look back at all the events we ran, all the successful events, the host, which is you, right? The host were super engaged. They were getting the people engaged. The energy was high. Right? You guys have heard the term. What's the term? Like where energy goes, money flows or something like that, right? So welcome and engagement. That's going to be, just so you guys know, just spend 2 to 3 minutes on that. Nothing long. Maybe even up to 5 minutes, but we'll just say 2 to 3 minutes. Welcoming everybody. Because as you know, there's some people, they'll show up 5 minutes late. They're like, I got time. That's like me. I show up whenever I want kind of deal, right? Probably not a good thing, but it gives you time to let people inside of Zoom or whatever platform you're hosting this on. I got some cool news to share with you guys tonight about a software you can use. Number two, what you're going to do is you're going to intro. You're going to intro for about 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes max. One thing I see when people run masterclass funnels, when people run masterclasses, webinars, whatever you want to call them, they talk too much about themselves. Now, your story's cool. I love sharing my story too. But people aren't there to hear your story. They're there to hear the solutions that we talked about yesterday. They're here to figure out what those solutions are that we talked about last night. So it's enough about you, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes max about your story. And when you're sharing your story, what I want you to do is I want you to share how you were once where they were. I want you to share the importance of what you learned. I want you to dive into your story. Really whenever you're doing this, think about what you're sharing with them. I want to be honest, people probably don't need to hear about your dog at home. Oh, I'm a dog dad. I'm like, how's that going to help them? How's that going to help build rapport? Yeah, it's relatable. But what if I came in and said, hey, what if I told this story and I shared, stories are powerful, guys. What if I came in my masterclass as an insurance agent, I said, hey, 2 years ago, and this is actually a true story, by the way. I could say, hey, back right in COVID, I had one of my best friends, Frankie. Frankie was one of those dude everybody loved. He was great. Actually, Frankie was one of those dudes that he could step into the gym and get a six pack. Like he could talk to any girl and he could flat out get their number with no, like he was this all well-rounded dude. But unfortunately, Frankie passed away. And I could tell this story about Frankie passing away, what he did. And I could talk about how he maybe didn't have life insurance, right? He didn't have these things that set up his family for success. Or I can even give an example of my uncle or all these other people or my grandparents, whoever that is, and talk about, how that affected my life. Talk about how that, now that I've learned my lesson, I need to leverage life insurance to protect my family's legacy and go into it and share my story and get vulnerable with people. People would rather hear that versus this is my dog Lucy. So I don't know. I think hearing about Calvin's pets at home maybe a little bit, maybe a little entertaining. I'm not sure, but so number 2, you're gonna intro. Okay, so number 1, you're gonna welcome. You're going to build engagement. Number 2, you're going to intro yourself, share your story in a nutshell. Number 3, and listen, I could go super deep in all this. I'm just giving you guys high level, okay? We only have another 45 minutes together, and I got to talk about traffic and another funnel. So I'm just going over. Intro, what you're going to do is you're going to teach 3 to 5 teaching points. There's a few other things I would probably do in between, but this is high level. 3 to 5 teaching points. In this, you're going to teach you're going to teach more of the what and the why versus the how. I want you to give them value. People say, Michael, what if I give away all my good stuff? Listen, if you give all away your good stuff in 60 minutes, I tell you what, you're not an expert in your field. Did I just hurt somebody's feelings? Hey, Antoine, did I hurt somebody's feelings in here, man, by saying that? I hope not. If you think you're going to give away all your good stuff in 60 minutes, then you're not an expert in your craft. So listen, you need to get back to work, get back to reading, get back to studying, getting back to putting in the work. But you're going to do 3 to 5 teaching points, framing around more of what they need to know, give them somehow why they need to know it. And so you want to teach that for about 30. Okay, it just depends on who you are, right? Don't feel like you have to go super long. Don't feel like you have to go super short. Some people I know, they go about 30 to 45 minutes. I like 45 minutes. That's a sweet spot. You can go up to 60 minutes. You can go down to 30 minutes. I like 45 minutes because if you look at the welcome, the intro, you're already around 15 minutes. And so if you do 45 minutes of teaching, that puts you right in an hour. Okay. So 3 to 5 teaching points. You don't want to run one of these master classes when I'm teaching you guys, and you don't want to step in and you don't want to do, here's 10 things I've learned about whole life insurance. You don't want to step in and say, hey, here's 15 things you need to know. There was a study done that 3, if you want somebody to remember something, I don't remember who did this study. I heard this from somebody speaking on stage, okay? It shows you guys power of stages. I remember this. He said 3 is a magic number. If you want somebody to remember something, teach them in patterns of 3, not 6, not 8, not 10. And think about it. How many of you guys have attended events before and somebody had a bullet point checklist of 15 things and you guys actually remembered all 15? You probably didn't remember anything because it was information overload. So 3 to 5 max teaching points on your topic. So, for example, what I may do if I was in real estate, I'm just going to give you guys a quick example here. I may say, hey, I'm going to teach you guys tonight how to find a property, analyze a property, and make an offer. I'm just making that up. It may be, hey, I'm going to teach you guys tonight how to lose weight, eat better, and get more consistent in the gym. I'm just coming up with stuff off the cuff. And those points need to help them overcome those problems we talked about yesterday. But what you're going to do there is, that's number 3. You're going to teach. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to transition. Number 4, transition to your offer. Remember that crazy no-brainer offer we discussed? you're going to do that. You're going to transition to that now. So what I normally do is whenever I'm transitioning from teaching to the offer, I usually ask a question or summarize, right? It may be like, who's gotten value from this call? Or it could be like, hey, here's a recap of what we talked about so far. That's just a few minutes. That's not long. Maybe 60 to 120 seconds, 2 minutes. Number 5, lastly, is you're going to do the offer. There's a bunch of other steps we could do here, but just starting out for you all that are newer to this, this is what I would do right here. The offer. Do the offer 10, 15, 20 minutes. That offer for you may be, like I said, that they book a call with your team. That offer may be that they buy a course. It may be that they buy your supplements. I don't know what that is, but you're going to give them a call to action. A clear call to action. Not do this, this, and this, and this. One clear call to action. You're going to give them one clear call to action. One thing I see a lot of people, the mistake they make is they try to push too many calls to actions to people. Hey, if you want this, go here. If you want that, go here. And people are like, wait, what? One thing at a time. One thing at a time. And that, in a nutshell, is how you frame the 60 to 90 minutes. If you go over, it's cool. If you go less, it's cool. That's how you frame it. And then what you do after, guess what? You follow up with all those leads who attended and who didn't attend. Try to close some deals. You know what I have somebody on my team do? I have somebody on my team message, text, and call every single person that registered, every single person who attended, everything. I have them start with the people who attended and like maybe were interested, and then call and text the rest. Let's close some deals. Let's create some life change. Let's help some people. And so what I want to do is I want to challenge you guys. This is a masterclass funnel. Drop something in the chat. Drop yes, drop me, drop 1 in the chat if this is making sense so far. And I'm going to give you guys a few other things here, a few notes to take and a few tips on how you can optimize these. One, if you're selling an offer that's like $5,000 or above, what I encourage you to do on these, because it's only 60 to 90 minutes you get to build rapport. You only get to build rapport for an hour, hour and a half. If it's like 5,000 or above, I encourage you, instead of selling your offer directly on these trainings, have them book a call with you. Listen, Calendly.com is free. Calendly.com is free. Get that. It's a booking link. People can, you can hook it up to your calendar and people can pick a time to talk with you. Super easy. Most of you all have it. If your offer is like 5,000 or below, if you're like selling a $3,000 course or a $2,000 offer, or maybe just you have a service you're providing, you can offer that directly. Here's the link. Here, purchase the course here. Hey, here's the event I'm running. Purchase the event here. For example, we ran a master class last night. Oh man, this is so dope. I'm about to give you guys some gems. All right, so last night we ran an event, a master class for a guy who's running a conference. He was able to sell like 9 or 10 tickets to his conference just doing this. Just doing what I'm sharing with you guys. You guys know it's hard to sell at a conference. For those of you guys that have probably done a conference before, you know how hard it is. So he's able to do these classes and sell conference tickets. And the cool thing is, I want to share with you guys here, he wasn't even there. He wasn't even the one doing the masterclass. You're like, Michael, what? He wasn't the one doing the masterclass. What do you mean? I want you guys to write this down. One of my mentors teaches me. He says this. Some of you guys know him. What can I create once that'll pay me forever? Right? Write that down. What can I create once that's going to pay me forever? Guess what? You guys can record these trainings. This masterclass I'm telling you guys about, you can record it and run them evergreen. Evergreen means it's running without you. That's what he did. So last night, he ran an evergreen webinar, evergreen masterclass A 60 to 90, it was like, his is like a little closer to 2 hours, so it's a little over 90 minutes. He recorded it once, and guess what? Now he just drives traffic to it, and people show up and watch it. He's not even there. He's making off this funnel. I can't give the exact numbers, but he's probably made like $20,000 this month just off that profit. Shoot it once. Don't have to be there anymore. Like, now there's softwares you can use for the, I don't want you to worry about that. All I want you to worry is like, how can I implement this into my business right now? Like, what can I do? What messy action can I take? I don't care about perfect action, guys. Listen, how we've been able to take people to millions of dollars and generate thousands and thousands of leads is not by perfect action. Yeah, we got it down to a science now, but when we first started, it was messy as heck. I look back at some of the graphics, I'm like, dude, I made these graphics myself in Canva and they look like junk. I'm like, man, these funnel, like Antoine's laughing because he knows, he probably remembers those times when he had those junky funnels and those junk. I was like, man, okay, just to give you an example, I built a funnel like 3 to 4 years ago, like a webinar funnel. I gave it to one of my friends and I didn't know they were still using it. And so I can't remember, it was maybe a few weeks back or something. I realized they still had the template. I'm like, you're still using that same funnel? I was kind of embarrassed. I was like nostalgic. I was like, dude, that was like one of my first ones I've ever built, and it was horrible. So it doesn't matter. Like, we made money with junky looking stuff. Like, what matters is the way you position it, the messaging, your passion. And so anyways, back to, I kind of went on a big tangent, guys. I'm sorry about that. We may go a little longer tonight, but I'm going to keep going. So your offer, you can sell it directly, get them to book a call with you, right? Super, super easy. What I want you guys to do as well, whenever you're doing this, if you want to make some additional money, if you have some time, there's 2 additional ways you can make money on these classes. One is when people register for them, sell them a product before the webinar. We call these upsells and downsells. So, when people register for your training, upsell them to something else, another product before the class. It could be a workbook. It could be a mini course. For some of you guys, it could be a consultation. For some of you guys, it could be, a community that you have, right? A membership. For some of you guys, it's a software. I'm showing you guys like this. Even if you're a software company, you could do this. So before, like after they register, it's free. Upsell them, make them a crazy, get this, make them a crazy no-brainer offer after they register before the masterclass. So they give you their info, immediately send them to a crazy no-brainer offer. Hey, guess what? Let's imagine you had a software company. Hey, guess what? I'm going to give you a year's worth of this software. We're going to be talking about it in the webinar, in the masterclass. I'm going to give you a year's worth of this software for the price of 3 months. People are going to be like, what? This normally sells for $2,000 if I paid for it in a year, and you're going to give it to me for $300, $200, $400. I got to have that. What, like, remember, I talked about that crazy no-brainer offer last night. It's not just one offer, but how can I make every single offer a crazy no-brainer offer? Ask yourself that. Everything I do in my business, everything I sell, everything I market to my audience, how can I make it to where it's a no-brainer crazy offer? Like I mentioned yesterday, does not mean you have to discount everything, but it's all about the perceived value. It's all about the perceived value. So one way to make extra money out of that is doing an upsell or downsell. Come up with something simple. Maybe it's just a checklist. This is not required, by the way. And actually, if this is going to slow you down, I would recommend you don't do this for your first one. I recommend you just jump in, throw together a 60 to 90 minute training, start advertising it, and sell something at the end. Kind of like what I did with this. There was not a lot of promotion. There was about 4 to 5 days of promotion with this event. I built out a 2-day workshop, advertised it. I'm running the event, right? Second way to make money on this. This is on the back end. I talked to you guys about having someone on your team or you reaching out to all the leads. You don't just have to sell them the offer that you initially made to them. So some of you guys are offering, let's just imagine, a $2,000 course. Downsell them to another product. Create an email sequence if you have the capacity to downsell them maybe to other products that you have and maybe they can't afford. Maybe not everybody can afford a $2,000 course right now, but they may be able to afford a $100 product. They may be able to afford a $500 product. So one thing we do is we not only do the upsells, downsells, we make an offer during the masterclass, but guess what we're going to do? We downsell them once everything's all said and done. People who do not purchase, we downsell them to a lower product. If we just get a couple of sales, it's worth it. Even if we just get one sale, it's worth it. So that's the masterclass funnel in a nutshell. Okay. Is that pretty simple? Did I make that pretty self-explanatory? We can go deep. Like we can go into Antoine. I hope you tap in and keep asking those good questions you had yesterday, because we can turn these suckers evergreen, man, and we get these popping out and they're selling stuff for you when you're not even there. It's awesome. It's awesome. There's softwares out there, by the way, guys, that you record your webinar once, just so you're aware. What I was talking about earlier. A lot of the guys in here know this, but there's software out there where you could just record a webinar once, stick your video in it in these softwares, and it makes it look like your webinar, your masterclass is live when people attend it. Like the comments pop up like it's live. This is live, by the way, just so you guys are aware. This is not recorded, but you can actually put your videos in a software and it makes it look like it's live. Comments popping up, like it's crazy. All right, so that's number one. Who is that for? So I should have started this at the beginning. I recommend that funnel, that strategy for people who have little time to commit to these funnels. Maybe you're just getting started in your business. You don't really have a big team. Like this is big. I recommend, even if you have a big team, I recommend everybody use these. Okay. Not just the people who are just starting out, but everybody. But what I'm saying is it doesn't matter where you're at in your business. This is for everybody. I got people that are making $10 million a year using these because they work. All right. So next one I want to go into. So that was a masterclass funnel. I'm going to teach you guys next about another funnel, which can still be used in every industry, by the way, or most industries, I should say. This one's a little bit more in depth. This one is a little bit more time strenuous. This one is a little bit more energy strenuous, but the results that come out of it can be greater because of one thing and one thing only. You're building more rapport with them. And that funnel is called a challenge funnel. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever been through a challenge funnel, if you've ever attended a challenge before. And some of you guys are like, what the heck is a challenge? It's all good. I got you. What I'm going to share with you guys today in simple layman terms is a challenge funnel is a sales process where you take people from where they are, from where they want to be over a series of days and give them action items to take during that allotted amount of days. Let me break that down in simpler terms because that could probably be confusing. You're going to gather your potential clients, your potential customers together, and you're going to structure an event in a way that's going to help them get closer to their dream destination. It's kind of like a masterclass funnel, but I like to spread them over between 3 to 5 days, not full 24-hour days. I'll go into depth in that, but an hour a day for 3 to 5 days. My sweet spot is 5 days. And I love the 5-day challenge model because it builds a lot of rapport. When you spend time with someone for 5 days straight, do you believe they're going to become family? When you spend 5 days over 5 hours with someone, do you think your trust in them is going to be a little higher than someone that maybe you only heard on a webinar for 60 to 90 minutes? Yeah, it is. And so these are 5-day, I like doing these 5-day virtual events where you're helping your potential clients go from point A, not all the way to point Z, but maybe like to point E or point F or maybe point L, because you're not going to be able to get them to the finish line in 5 days. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can't teach you everything I know about funnels in 5 days. I can't teach you everything I know about master classes and about challenges and about ads and about traffic in 5 days. But I can at least get you to point E, point F. I can at least get you closer. And so these 5-day virtual events are structured strategically to encourage people to take action. You see, the masterclass funnel is great, but there's limited action you can have people take during it, right? There's limited action you can have people take during these 60 to 90 minute classes because you're just with them for one session. But when you're with someone for 5 sessions, you can give them action items. You can give them things to do to get them closer to their goal. And guess what's going to happen? At the very end of this event, the reason why I love this so much, the very end of the event, guess what happens? People are going to say, dang, what I just learned from Antoine, dang, what I just learned from Rochelle, dang, what I just learned from Michelle, I learned more in that 5 days than I have in my life. They're going to say, I got to have more of this, which is going to increase the chance of people converting into your program. They're going to start seeing success in that 5 days. They're going to start seeing wins. They're going to start seeing results. And they're going to say, if he can teach me this in 5 days, what's Antoine going to do for me in 6 months? What's this person going to do for me in 12 months working with them? What are they going to do whenever I actually go in and they become my agent, my insurance agent? It can be crazy. So this is how I'm going to take you through. It's the same structure. If you've never ran these before, I don't want you to overcomplicate it. Antoine, you got a good team and stuff, so you can make these a little bit more complex, and we'll talk about it inside of the Q&A time that we have with BIP. But I want you to keep it simple. What I want you to do right now, if you feel like you can implement this strategy after I talk about it, what I want you to do is I want you to pick 5 days on your calendar. 5 consecutive days on your calendar. It could be next week. It could be a month from now, whenever. 5 days where you can commit to going live and teaching for 5 days straight for an hour, 5 hours straight. What I want you to do is figure out what you're going to teach during that event over those 5 days. And I'll give you guys a little structure on what to teach, how to teach it, things of that nature. And then once you figure out what you're teaching and build out the framework for that 5 days, I just want you to start promoting it. You can do this a free challenge. You can do paid. You can charge people to get into it, whatever you want to do. I encourage, if you're just starting out, you don't have a big audience, go free with these. If you have a big audience and a big pool of people, charge for it, because the people who are going to pay are going to be higher quality leads, and your conversions are going to be a lot higher. But if you're just starting out and you want to run one of these challenges, we're calling them, go ahead, run it free. Collect people's information. And I'm going to give you a play here in just a minute that makes this so easy. You don't need fancy click funnels. You don't need automations. All you need for this is simply a Facebook group. And that's it. I'll show you guys about that in a minute. But guess what? You're going to build out the framework for the 5 days. You're going to invite people to it. And guess what? When those 5 days comes, you're just going to teach and over deliver. A lot of time, I want to go back to what people I hear all the time. Michael, like, what if in 5 days I give them everything I got? Cool. That's going to establish your authority. And I'm not saying go out there and give everything you got, but if you feel like that, we want to over deliver. We want them to feel like we're giving them more than they paid for. We want you to become the authority. And so you're going to teach for the 5 days, and at the very end of the event, normally on day 4 and day 5, we present the opportunity. Now, I'm going to say this because it's different from the masterclass funnel. When you're running these challenges, you can sell higher ticket directly to people. Why? Because you build more rapport with them. Remember, I said you're spending 5 days with people. If you spent 60 minutes with somebody in a master class and you try to sell them a $10,000 program, the chances of them saying yes is going to be very, very low. Is that right? Do you guys agree with that? Yay, nay? Let me know in the chat. Put yes or no. If you ran a 60 to 90 minute training and then tried to sell something 20, 30,000 at the very end, do you think the conversions are going to be higher or lower? Probably lower, right? But what happens when you 5x the amount of time you spend with them? You go from 1 day to 5 days with them. Your trust, your credibility, your authority, your power increases. And you're able to sell a lot higher ticket. Higher ticket meaning higher priced products on those. Guess what? We've sold products for all the way from 3,000 on challenges all the way up to 75,000. You're like, Michael, people would buy 75,000 a program on a challenge for 5 days? Yes. Yes, they will. I have actually a friend. If he's watching this, I hope you're cool with sharing this. He said, Michael, why don't we just sell something like where everybody can get it, like something like $100? I'm like, dude, why would you sell a $100 product when people just spent 5 days with you and they're ready to work with, like they're ready to do whatever it takes. You just help them get all these wins. You help them get all these results. Why would you sell for a $100 product? Why don't you do something bigger and better for them? So I didn't think about that. So you can listen, if you want to, you can have them book a call directly with you at the very end. Day 3, day 4, day 5, when you start presenting the offer, you can go ahead and just have them book a call with you. If it's super high ticket or if you're just not comfortable presenting, or you can present that directly to the people. Now, this is very basic. If you are like advanced, you have a team, we have a whole structure around this. We have a structure for exactly what to do and when. So I hope you guys in VIP take advantage of asking me questions about this because I can give out so many gems. But we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to present the offer at the very end of the event. And guess what? We're going to follow up after with people who didn't purchase. Follow up, listen, guys, is so strong. We ran an event about, when is it? About 2 months ago. The client was selling like a $20,000 offer. The event was over. His sales team went in, started contacting everybody. I think they got like 4 or 5 additional sales at $20,000 just by following up with people. That's an additional, if you do the math, what's 20,000 times 5? $100,000 just by following up. These people are hot leads, very hot leads. They just spent 5 days with you. They're probably on the fence because maybe they're trying to figure out their finances, or maybe they're just, their spouse isn't in agreement with something. So reach out, figure out what you can do to help them get across the finish line. Remember, we're servants. We're servants here. How can we serve you and help you get to your dream destination? That's why we're here. We're not in this. Listen, if you're in coaching and if you're a course creator and you're in it for the money, I'm going to be honest with you guys, you probably won't stick with it long. You probably won't stick with it long if you're just in it for the money. You have to have a heart to serve. You have to have a passion for it. And that follow-up, you got to show passion to people when you're following up. But so craft this event. You're going to invite people, run 5 days, and then you're going to offer at the very end. You're like, Michael, what do I teach during the 5 days? So this is what we do. Day 1, I'm going to give you guys a rundown. Day 1 is mindset and helping them overcome self-limiting beliefs. Now, your audience will not know what self-limiting beliefs are, okay? The people you're teaching about whole life insurance are not going to know what the heck a self-limiting belief is. So don't say, today we're going to talk about overcoming self-limiting beliefs. No. That's what you're going to do. You're going to work on their mindset on day 1. You're going to share your story. You're going to help build the foundation for the rest of the week. Their self-limiting belief may be, hey, I don't have money to flip houses. Their self-limiting belief would be like, hey, Antoine, bro, like, I don't have time to build a VA agency. I don't have the funds to build a VA agency. I've never managed a team before. You're going to step in and say, hey, this is how I did it. I didn't have any experience. You're going to share your story. You're going to say, hey, this is how Vanessa did it. This is how so-and-so did it. And you're going to help overcome those self-limiting beliefs. Mindset. day 1. Day 2, we get into actual teaching. You guys remember we were talking about the teaching points in the masterclass? You're going to do a teaching on this, right? You're going to go about 45 minutes to an hour of teaching. Maybe do some Q&A. Every day we're helping overcome those self-limiting beliefs, by the way. Every day we're talking about mindset. Mindset is, we all know mindset's everything. But never, like every day we're interweaving mindset. We're interweaving, helping them overcome those objections and self-limiting beliefs. So whenever it's time to make the offer, it's a no-brainer. They're like, I don't have any objections. They're not going to tell you that, but like there's no objections because you already overcame them all. So you're going to teach on day 1, day 2 and day 3. You're going to teach on day 4 and day 5 as well, but here's the difference. Day 4 and day 5 now I'm just giving you guys high level what you would do if you're just starting out. There's a little bit more strategy I could go into, but day 3 you're going to teach. Day 4 you're going to teach and you're going to pitch. Day 5 you're going to teach and you're going to pitch. Okay? When I say pitch, I'm talking about presenting your crazy no-brainer offer. Your crazy no-brainer offer. You're like, Michael, I don't know what I'm going to talk about for an hour. Bring in some testimonials. Maybe bring in a special guest. If you bring in special guests, quick tip, don't let them run the show. Don't let them run the show. You want to maintain your authority. You want to maintain your power during them. So don't bring in somebody to talk for an hour. You lead the conversation. They come and talk 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. We don't want people being like, oh man, Elke just came in and she talked for an hour. I'm going to go follow her. I'm going to go buy her program. that would defeat the point. It'd be like, oh shoot, they just went and spent $2,000 with Elke and they didn't even buy my product. So day 3, teaching. Day 4, teaching and offer. Day 5, teaching and offer. Here's the deal. If you want to go crazy, some of my clients even do bonus days. Over deliver for people. Don't have to do that. But it gives them another chance to present their offer. Talk about their offer. Does this make sense? Put make sense in the chat. This is making sense for y'all. It sounds like a lot. I told you guys, like, I tried simplifying this as much as possible. The challenge is a little bit more strenuous, but you're building more rapport with people and you're building a community faster. Here's a quick tip I want to give you guys. What I see so many people do is they take people through a 5-day challenge like this. And what happens is once the event is over, they leave their community and never talk to them ever again. Now, we talked about follow-up, but you just spent 5 days with people. You just spent 5 days teaching, nurturing, learning about these people. And what I see so many people do is they just, once the event's over, they forget about them. They forget about their people. Don't do that. Even if these people don't buy your offer, figure out ways to keep adding value to them. Keep nurturing them because they may not buy your offer now. They may not sign up for your life insurance now. They may not buy your services now or your software. But who says they won't purchase next month? Who says they won't purchase in a year? They may just not be ready yet. So don't abandon your community when you build it. What kind of leader would do that, right? So, challenge funnel. That's it. That's what we do. I'm going to give you one last play for everybody that's just beginning, okay? I'm going to do a simple breakdown. I'm going to do a complex breakdown real quick for you, and then we're going to go into traffic really fast because I know we're coming up on our hour and a half. Simple to run these online challenges. I told you for master classes, all you need is Zoom. Pour people into Zoom. For challenges, all you need is a Facebook group. If you are bare bones, don't have any money to get started, you don't have any tech knowledge, what I want you to do is this. And we did this for a client recently. Elke can attest to this. We had a client who didn't really have much of a following or anything. You know what we did? We set her up a Facebook group. It was called, she called her challenge, like the Polished Life Challenge. You guys may call yours, I'm just making this up, Infinite Banking Challenge, right? Or the VA, Start Your VA Business Challenge. And what we did is we just created a Facebook group with that name, and we started inviting and using the Facebook group to get people registered. I'm like, Michael, how do you do that? We changed the membership questions. We changed the membership questions in the Facebook group to say, hi, welcome to the Start Your VA Business Challenge. Would you like to receive event notifications about this event? If so, put your email below. And guess what happened? We started advertising an event, and instead of having a fancy website, instead of having a fancy sales funnel, like an official, like online sales funnel, you know what we did? We just drove people to the Facebook group. We just drove people to the Facebook group. They joined the group, and guess what happened? When they joined it, the membership questions popped up and asked them, hey, would you like to officially register and get event notifications? About 75% of people put in their email. If you wanted to go even further, you could say, hey, would you like to receive text notifications? If so, what is your number? And then you, somebody on your team, can collect those emails in a Google Sheet. Or better yet, there's softwares out there. I don't want to get too techie on you, but there's softwares out there that you can use. One is called GroupKit, groupkit.com. Or you can use GroupTrack. I think it's GroupTrack CRM. And you can sign up for those. They do cost money. But I think GroupKit's maybe like, I don't even know. I'll look it up. Maybe like 20, 25 bucks, 50 bucks. I don't even know. But you can go to groupkit.com, and these softwares will collect all the data, the emails and the phone numbers from your Facebook groups. I don't even know. GroupKit doesn't have the price on the very bottom. So I don't even know, but it's not that much. So all you need is a Facebook group. You collect their emails that way. And guess what? Whenever it's time to go live and you teach, just do Facebook Live. If you're bare bones. If you want to go, like, you know what we actually use? We use Zoom. And in Zoom here, you can stream to Facebook groups. But if you don't want to do Zoom, you just want to go, you can go directly Facebook Live for 5 days straight. And people just watch on Facebook Live. There's people here watching right now on Facebook Live. So why not just use the Facebook group's Facebook Live feature to stream? I want to give you another thing. You're like, Michael, but what about the offer? Do I have to have a fancy funnel? I don't think you guys realize how, if your offer is a crazy no-brainer offer and you position it and the messaging is right, you don't need a fancy sales, like online website funnel to sell your product. I had one of my guys, he's a multimillionaire. He was running a master class the other day. He decided, you know what, today I'm just going to run a master class and I'm just going to promote it on my social media. He promoted it, ran this impromptu master class. He hit me up during the live, just to give you guys a perspective. During the live, he hit me up, said, Michael, I need a way to accept payment. Can you make a funnel? I'm like, dude, when? I was thinking it was like maybe like, hey, tomorrow or maybe next week I need this. He was like, now, I'm presenting the offer now, like as we speak. I'm texting and I'm like, oh, dude. So I was like, I'm just going to throw an order form into ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is a software I've used in the past. I was like, I'm just going to throw an order form into there. There's not going to really be any testimonials, nothing fancy. He said, cool. Would you believe he sold like 8 people into one of his programs just through something simple? Because his messaging was right, because the offer he was presenting was a no-brainer, a crazy no-brainer offer. So you don't need something fancy. So if you're here and you're like, Michael, but what about what am I selling at the end? Listen, create a PayPal link, create a Stripe link, send to people. No excuses, no excuses. Let's figure out a way to get it done. Let's figure out a way to get it done. Listen, if you want a more complex setup, we'll talk about that in VIP. We have all these automations. We have all this, we have everything, SOPs, checklists. We have everything for those that want to go super deep dive in this. But listen, Masterclass versus challenge funnel. Those are the two top ones we're using right now. There's other funnels we're using, but those, like, we got appointment funnels, we got VSL, we got all this stuff. But masterclass funnels and challenge funnels are what you should be implementing. One of those. Start out with a masterclass funnel if the challenge seems complicated. If you feel like you can tackle the challenge, do it. I encourage you. And what you're going to see is you're going to find some little wins. It may not be $100,000 your first one. It may not be $1 million your first one. But what about an extra $5,000 or $10,000? Would you be cool with that? Would you be cool with an extra $5,000 or $10,000? I think you probably would. What about an extra 1,000? Like, just start taking action. Start taking action. So, listen, so you're like, Michael, but you said you were going to talk about traffic. How do I get people into these events? Because I don't have a following. I don't have a list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blitz through some ways you can fill up your events. Okay. I'm going to blitz through some way you can fill up your events. Number one, organic traffic. Organic traffic. This is easy. Your social media, your existing email list, your existing text list. If you haven't been texting people, you need to probably start texting people. I'm not even going to go into why. You guys should already know the open rates on SMS is a lot higher. So text them, email them. You got your social media. If you have a blog, like, hit all the organic stops. That's one way you can fill the event. Okay, that's simple. Everybody has those. Number two is paid traffic, right? Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, Thread ad. I don't think there's Thread ads out there yet. I don't know. Maybe. Anybody got Thread? Like, it just came out like a day or two ago. I'm like, what in the world is this? This is like Twitter. But so you can run paid ads, Google ads. Guess what? I'm going to give you guys a play. Not everybody knows this. I'm going to wait. We'll save that one for the next topic. But you can pay to get your event in front of other people. Now, I love this strategy, and I hate it. I love it because if you have the money to spend on it, this can be a great route for you. If you have money to pour into ads, it can be great, right? You can get some new leads. You can get fresh eyes on your event. You can target directly, like YouTube. You guys realize how targeted you can get on YouTube? You can say, show my ad to a person watching this video. And you can even go deeper than that, by the way, just FYI. For some of you guys that don't know YouTube, you can go deeper than that in YouTube. But imagine, like, running ads to someone. Let's say you teach infinite banking. You can run ads to people watching infinite banking videos. Now, like I said, I love that because you can get super targeted, and if you have money to spend, it can be good. But for some of you guys, you're like, Michael, I don't have money either to spend on ads. So that's the downfall. But the last thing I've been talking with Antoine about, and some of my other students and some people I know, this last one is like what blew up our businesses, what blew up our events. Organic, we use that. Paid ad traffic, we use that. But what I'm about to share with you, this last key component, oh man, it's taken our clients' businesses to the next level. And it's strategic partnerships. If you've been in events, you've heard me talk about this before. I'm going to talk about it again because I want you to hear it over and over again. Strategic partnerships. You're like, Michael, what do you mean strategic partnerships? How can I partner with other people and leverage their resources to help my business grow? You may not have an audience, but guess what? There are people out there who do have audiences that you can partner with, that you can lock arms with. You may not have a crazy no-brainer offer. You may have an audience. You can partner with people who have a good offer. Right now, and everybody's talking about this. Myron Golden, for some of you guys that know him, Russell Brunson, for those in the marketing world that know him, they're all talking about how 2023 all the way up to like 2025 and beyond is going to be the years of strategic partnerships. If you are not building strategic partnerships and using other people's resources, using other people's stages, other people's audiences to grow your business, you're crazy. You're like, Michael, what do you mean? I'm saying there's people out there you can be running these events with, you can be marketing your event to their audiences. You could be running and marketing your masterclasses, your challenges to them. Like, Michael, but there's people out there that would do that? Let me market my event to their people? Yeah. If the value is there for them, they probably won't let you do it for free. But maybe if the profit share was good enough, maybe if you paid them. Here's a tip for you. A lot of people don't know this. Some of you do. Like these big podcasts you listen to, not all of them, but like a lot of the big podcasts you watch and listen to, people pay to get on that platform, those platforms. Like you ever watch watched a podcast or listen to a podcast that gets like 500,000 views or 1 million views? Like most of the time people, they charge to be on those podcasts. So like you guys can pay to get in front of other people's audiences. There's people like one of your favorite podcasts, you could probably pay to get on that. Now, you may not have $30,000 or $20,000 or $10,000 or $5,000 to get on a podcast. But if you do, would it be worth it if it was your target audience? And you were going to get your face in front of 100,000 new people, 500,000 new people? I would beg to say it is. I would beg to say it's worth it. But it's not always, I'm not just talking about podcasts. I'm talking about IG lives. People pay to get on other people's Instagram lives. Are you guys getting what I'm putting down? Some people don't even pay to get on these podcasts. Some people don't even pay to get on these Instagram lives or to send email blast together. They just do strategic affiliate plays. What if you went to somebody and said, hey, I'll give you 50% of whatever profit comes through this masterclass if we promote this together to your audience? Some of them will say yes, some of them will say no. But what if they do say yes and they have an email list of 50,000 people or 20,000 people or maybe even 10,000 people? You know, you may be able to run one masterclass with somebody and make an additional $10,000. You may generate an additional 100 new leads for your business. Maybe just 50 new leads in your business. Maybe just a couple sales. But I'm seeing this, like David, you guys remember when I talked about my real estate mentor, David, and I talk about this all the time because it's like my favorite story. The way we went from him doing nothing in his coaching business to generating seven figures was through these funnels I'm teaching you guys. It was through the challenge funnel. That's what he implemented. But then he implemented strategic partnerships on top of that. It wasn't just the challenge funnel and the masterclass funnel. It was, hey, he partnered the challenge funnel. Guess what? He does this all the time, man. Antoine, I'm going to give you a play, bro. You're never going to forget. He goes to people. He says, hey, you have this Facebook group of 20,000 people. How about we just do a free 5-day challenge in your Facebook group? Whatever money we make, we split it. How easy is that? Literally, this dude. Now, he builds relationships. I'm going to talk about building partnerships like this. It's not just something like you cold DM somebody, right? There's got to be value there, a relationship built. But literally, he hit me up. David, I hope you don't mind me sharing this. He hit me up 3 weeks ago. Elke can attest this. Elke's on our team, and she gets to deal with all the fun stuff that goes around in our team. David, my real estate mentor, hit me up 3 weeks ago, and he said, hey, I'm running a challenge. I said, oh, when? I'm thinking like maybe a month. Maybe 2 months, so I have time to prepare and build out all these fancy funnels and all these fancy graphics. He's like, next week? This was Tuesday. This was a Tuesday. I said, wait, what? He said, Monday, I'm starting. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, hey, yeah, I got this friend. He has a Facebook group of like 15 or 20,000 people. We're just going to run a free challenge in this Facebook group. It did not require anything of the guy who owned the Facebook group other than him coming in for like 5 or 10 minutes a day. I shouldn't even say he wasn't even there both days. He was in there for like day 1 and 2 for 5 to 10 minutes just to give authority to David, my real estate mentor. David taught in that group for 5 days straight. At the end, made an offer and they made some money. So like, I hope this gets your brain like jogging. Like, who do you guys know that has Facebook groups that you could be partnering with? Who do you guys know that has an email list of 5,000 people, 10,000 people, 20,000 people? Who do you guys know that has a following of 30,000 people on Instagram? Who do you guys know that has, I'm just making this stuff up, man. Like, who has a text list? Like, you could pay people or partner with people just to do one simple text. Like, for example, Antoine can come to me and say, hey, man, I want an event. Like, let's go 50-50. I can send out one text blast. Hey, I'm partnering with my friend Antoine in an event this Sunday. We're going to teach you how to do X, Y, Z. Click here to register. That's all was required from me. Just sending out a simple text. So here's how you build these strategic partnerships. One, there has to be a relationship first. There has to be a relationship first. Now, you probably can strike gold once by accident, like, you know, if you start doing cold outreach to people trying to find partnerships. But the real money and the real partnership success is going to be when you start building relationships and adding value first. David's first strategic partnership, he actually, now I'm not saying you guys have to do this, but the way he landed that strategic partnership was because he added so much value to the other partner's audience. He traveled and spoke for free at this guy's event. Now, listen, I'm not saying you have to travel and speak at somebody's event for free. That's just what he did. He added value to the partner and his audience. Write that down. How can I add value to the person that I want to partner with and their audience? Write that down. Because if you can provide value to him or her plus their people, it's over. It's over. And it may not happen over one night. It may not happen in a week. It may not happen in a month, but over a course time of adding value, building a relationship, it can definitely happen. So for him, David went and he spoke at this event for free. David is all showed up, taught with passion. And then over the course, a few months, had passed. David shared with him, hey man, I ran this 5-day challenge a couple months back and we made X amount of dollars. Like, we should bring this to your people. So, and they did it and they made a lot of money. They've made tons of money together and changed a lot of people's lives, which is more important to me. And so here's the deal. There needs to be value added, but number two, there needs to be, let me say it this way. You need to find partners who are congruent with your offer and your audience. Listen, if you're teaching people how to create a VA business, you probably don't want to partner with somebody who teaches how to crochet or knit or something like that, right? It ain't gonna make sense. Like, you're gonna go speak to these old grandmas how to start a VA business where they're done. They're not wanting to start businesses. They're wanting to learn how to knit. So you got to make sure the audience. You have to make sure the audience is good for your offer as well. So David, the audience was perfect. David taught real estate. Guess who he went and they ran a challenge with? A guy who taught budgeting, a guy who taught how to invest your money after you budget. Kind of like a Dave Ramsey kind of guy, right? A little bit different than Dave Ramsey, right? But you get the point. David taught his audience how to, okay, you're now out of debt. How do you multiply your income? I'm going to give you guys a few examples. This could be like, if you're a health coach, maybe you teach people how to, do XYZ exercises, calisthenics, right? Body weight exercises. You could partner with somebody who's a nutrition coach. Hey, guess what? We're going to show you guys how to leverage calisthenics, body weight workouts, and we're going to partner with this person that is a nutrition coach and teach you how to eat healthy too. You guys get what I'm putting down right here? So for me, I could probably go to, like, for example, I teach virtual events. I could go and partner with somebody who taught physical events. I teach virtual events. I could go partner with somebody who maybe teaches coaches how to run ads. You get what I'm saying? Like, congruency there. So you need to add offer to the partner, and then there needs to be some kind of congruency between you guys. It would make sense for a partnership. And so some of you guys are thinking, Michael, how do I determine like what they get paid, if it's free? The cool thing about these partnerships is it's a relationship-based thing. It's not one thing where I'm going to go to Antoine or I'm going to go to Rochelle or I'm going to go to Elke and be like, hey, this is what everyone has to be. No. Like, depending on their audience, depending on who they are, it could be totally different. You could give, listen, I know some people, they'll give like 75% affiliate to somebody just because they want to get in front of somebody's audience so bad. It's like, this is like their target audience. This is like, this could blow them up. Some people are like, hey, I'm only willing to give up 10 or 20% of sales. Some people are like 50-50. I do a lot of 50-50s. So it's fair. You bring the audience. I'll do all the teaching. I'll run the challenge. I'll teach for 5 days. You just bring the people. So I do a lot of 50-50s. But for some people, it may just be like, hey, I'll pay you. And we can market this. Hey, let's just do, we'll send out this many emails to your list, this many posts, this many lives. I'll just pay you. And then it may be like a 5%, 10% affiliate. Like this, you're only limited by your own creativity on this. So you got the organic, which is cool. Always, like, whenever you're running these, the master classes, the challenge, hit your organic, hit your social media following, hit your email list. If you have money for traffic, cool. You don't have to, but if you have money for traffic, pour the money in there. But then why not leverage partnerships to grow faster? Why don't you go partner with people who already been where you want to be, already have an audience, who already put in the hard work, already spent money on ads, and partner with them to get further faster? So, is it making sense to you guys? I got to know. Is this valuable? Is this valuable? I got to know. Let me know in the chat. Put yes, put me, put something, fireballs. I hope we're having some epiphanies. Hoping we're having some epiphanies. These partnerships can be done on any events, masterclass, challenges. It could be if you have other funnels and other products you're selling. Same thing. But this is the way of the future, guys. These funnels, I told you guys, the old way is dead. The old way of selling is no good anymore. But whenever you leverage these two funnels that I'm talking about, you're going to be able to leverage these stages to build rapport faster. And then you're going to use partnerships to get people inside of your programs. Like, it's going to be lights out. Like, I don't know. Did you guys feel like I over delivered today? I hope so. I hope we're coming out. I went over time. I'm sorry, everybody. I hope I gave you guys some valuable information. Let me know in the chat if you guys feel like I over delivered and gave you guys some information you can go implement right now. You guys feel like you got some information you can implement right now. I gotta know. But listen, guys, ultimately you have a decision to make right now. You have a decision. I hope you guys implement this. I hope you guys take it and run. But there's some of you guys here tonight, you're going to go and you're going to run with this information. You're going to put it in play and you're going to start generating leads. You're going to start making money. There's some of you all here, you're not going to take action and you're not going to implement what I'm talking about because you overthink. You strive for perfection, which is good, but then you let it stop you from taking action. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to be in the same place 6 months from now. I'm going to come back. I'll probably do another masterclass, workshop, whatever you want to call this. And I'll probably be speaking to you and you'll be telling me, you'll be like, you'll be saying, Michael, I love this information, but I didn't take any action. I don't want that. And I don't want that for you guys. I want you guys to take action. I want you guys to find ways to implement this as fast as possible. And so for some of you guys, I told you last night, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Some of you guys, I said, hey, you're going to have an opportunity to work with me. I want to help you get there faster. Some of you guys are going to choose to go and do it alone. Cool. I don't care if you choose to partner with us or you choose to go at it alone. Go do the work. Go put in the work and start generating these leads. Go start. I can't even talk. I'm tripping over my words. Go implement these funnels. Like, go do it. But for some of you guys, you're like, Michael, I need extra guidance. Well, listen, is it cool? Do you guys give me permission? Antoine, Rochelle, Lee, do you guys give me permission for 5 to 10 minutes to share how I want to help you expedite this process and do this faster? Do you guys give me permission to share with you guys for 10 minutes about something I've built? And this is my baby. This is my baby. And I want to show you guys how I'm going to help you maybe even build out some of these event funnels, maybe even give you my templates and everything you need. Like, I got to know, because I don't want to, if you guys aren't cool with it, if you want to wrap this up, dope. I'll close it out right now. I'll see you next week. You know, when we do our interview with Rasul, who's one of our clients on Monday. But if you want it, let me know, because I'll go into it. And listen, last night I sat here and I told you guys, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna sell anything. And I got to think, I'm like, I'm doing them a disservice. I got to laying in bed last night. I said, I'm gonna do a disservice to them if I don't share how I can help them expedite this process, how I can help them get partnerships. I'm gonna be doing them a disservice that I don't share with them how they can go out and get their funnel built in the next 30 days or less by my team. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to share with you guys something that I've crafted. Last year, we launched a mastermind. It was awesome. We launched it. People got wins. People were getting coached. It was cool. But what I realized was there was more to it. So we started out just teaching. I'm going to be honest. Last year, I started teaching challenge funnels only. And I started teaching people the power of challenges. But what I realized was these master classes were popping too. I was like, man, I found myself in these challenge calls. I started hearing, hey, what about masterclass funnels? Hey, how do you build out partnerships? And so we built a mastermind all about these online challenges, these 5-day challenges. That's all I was teaching. But people had questions about masterclasses, ads, all these things. I was like, dang, I need to restructure this. So what I've done is I took the past year, literally, a year's coming up. It's about July 31st will be roughly about the time we launched last year. And I said, how can we make this better and encompass more that people need? I went back and listen, you guys remember what I did yesterday with this card? I did this same exact thing. And I said, where are people at right now? Where do they need to be? And so what I came up with is something we're calling the Virtual Stage Mastermind. Well, we're calling the Virtual Stage Mastermind. And this is going to be, I'm so pumped and so excited, because this is something I've been working on for the past 6 months, revamping the old, we call it the Challenge Methods Mastermind, because we were just teaching challenges. But now we got the Virtual Stage Mastermind, where I want to show you within the next 12 months, and I want to lock arms with you, Rochelle. I want to lock arms with you, Lee and Antoine, Calvin, whoever is here. I want to lock arms with you and help you get these funnels up and running, but then also show you how to do strategic partnerships. I want to show you how to fill up your events. I want to show you how to start making money online faster using these strategies. So we're calling it the Virtual Stage Mastermind. And some of you guys, like I said, some of you guys are going to choose to do this on your own. And I hope you take this information, this 2 days, and run with it. But some of you guys are going to step into this mastermind. And what you're going to experience is going to be something, I promise you, I'm going all out the next year of my life. Last year taught me a lot in the mastermind. It was good. We got wins. People were happy. But I said, I want to turn it up another notch. And so what I said is, we're going to go for a year. We're going to walk them hand by hand how to build out their masterclass funnels. I said, we're going to go for a year and teach them how to build out challenge funnels. But guess what? We're not only going to teach them, I'm going to build out one of their funnels for them. Who would find that valuable if I actually build out their masterclass funnel, or if my team of experts who does this every single day builds out your challenge funnel? Let me know right now in the chat. Who would like that? What happened was, in the past mastermind, I said, you know what? This is good. I gave people all the templates. So like Antoine hit me up, was like, bro, you got templates for this stuff? What I realized was I was sending people templates, but they didn't know how to build out of the templates. So I said, why don't I just build for people? I'll just build it for people. And so people that step into this, I'm going to build one of your funnels. Who would like to get coached? And we talk about this information twice a month for a year, 24 calls, where every other week we're meeting together, masterminding. What action did you take? What do you need help with? How can I help you get more leads? How can I help you increase your sales conversions? Who in here would like, yeah, somebody said that's extremely valuable. Exactly. Who would like to meet together 4 times a year, 2 times in person, 2 times virtually, to hear from guest speakers, my friends that are making millions of dollars in online marketing? Who would like to gather together 4 times a year to mastermind? You know, like I said, 2 times in person. We did our first one in Tampa. Our next one's coming up. I think we're going to do either Atlanta or Miami. I'm not sure yet. We're actually going to do that next one probably in August-ish or September. But we did in Tampa, the first one. It was awesome. We gathered together for 2 days, had a couple guest speakers, and then just masterminded for the weekend. Had fun, went to the beach together. It was really dope. Who in here would like not only to have experience that, who in here would like to experience, I don't know if I should say this. What if I gave you all the automations you need for your masterclass funnel? What if I gave you all the automations you need for your challenge funnel? Not only that, what if I gave you the software you need to use it for no cost? Come on now. Come on now. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What if I gave you the software for $0? When I say this, $0. You get all my automations. Like, so you want to run a masterclass? Guess what? I'll build out your funnel, and then you have a tutorial on how to hook up the email confirmation. You have a tutorial about how to literally, I have an automation where all you do is change, there's like sample copy. Like, hey, insert first name. Reminder, the infinite, or it would be like, hey, insert masterclass name starts in 24 hours. Click this link, insert link, to join us tomorrow. And you guys get like the whole automation built out. Like, I'm going to be honest. I had somebody reach out to me today and said, Michael, they asked me, they said, can you run my challenge for me? Because we have a done for you challenge agency. And he said, can you run a challenge for me? I said, I'm booked out until October. He said, how about I just hire my own team, my own funnel builder and stuff, and you just teach me? I said, I promise you, this is a real conversation I had today. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And maybe the conversation went a little bit different. He wasn't like being like rude about it. He was just like, hey, like we'll figure out a partnership, right? He was all about partnerships. It was cool. But like, I've had people in the past come and hit me and they're like, hey, why don't you teach my team how to do it? Like, no. But I'm going to give you guys exactly all the automations plus the software. You guys know how much software costs me per month? Antoine knows this. We talked about this yesterday. And like, I pay Loom, I pay Calendly, I pay ClickFunnels. I was paying like $500 to $1,000 a month in software for my team and myself. Maybe even more. Because like Asana cost me like $2,000 a year. Something like that alone. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Not only are you guys, not only I'm going to give that, guess what? Some of you guys want to, do you want to run evergreen masterclasses in here? Do you want to run evergreen masterclasses? Let me know. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you evergreen software so you guys can run your masterclasses live or evergreen in it. $0 cost, for free. I'm going to give you guys your own software you can use to turn those masterclasses you're running evergreen, meaning people can come and watch it whenever they want and you don't have to be there, for free. That's like $1,000, $2,000 in itself. Okay, I'm going to speed up here because I'm going too much in the pieces. I know what this is worth. I don't have to go into all this. But listen, guys, I'm going to give you guys that. I'm going to go through this really fast. I have a video program we recorded. It's currently in editing, so it's going to be released in like the next 2 weeks. You get access to the Virtual Stage Academy, where I'm going to teach you all about master classes. I'm going to break down everything we just talked about, but in depth. Like, I have a video lesson on how to present your offer. I have a video course on the teaching points, or I should say a video lesson on the teaching points. So like Virtual Stage Academy, we're teaching you how to run your masterclass. We're teaching you how to run your challenge. We're teaching you how to present better, how to sell better. Like, everything you need to master virtual stages is in that academy. What else? This is my crazy no-brainer offer, guys. I'm sorry. This is my crazy no-brainer offer. I'm going to check this out. Let me see, team. I'm going to see if I can share my screen. I don't know if Facebook will be able to see this. Yeah, they may. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I may mess up the camera. I'm going to try to share this real quick with you guys. Somebody says, please definitely follow up with me in a month. I don't know who that is, but Elkie, take note of that. Whoever that is, please follow up with me in a month. I will follow up. You don't have to worry about that. Remember, I talked about follow up earlier. So, all right, here we go. Oh, no, that's not it. Oops, sorry, here we go. All right, can you guys let me know if you can see? Can you guys see my screen? It's not showing on my end. All right. Anyways, I don't know if this is working, so I'm just gonna abandon ship here. All right. Let's exit out this. Boom. Okay, I don't know how to turn this off. All right. So what I was gonna share with you guys, I don't know if you've seen that or not. Somebody says no, they can't see it. Okay, well, cool. We'll just skip that. So listen, we're gonna do the Virtual Stage Academy. You're gonna get all the softwares, the automations. I'm gonna give you guys, whoever joins in and locks arms with us, I'm gonna give you all of our SOPs, scripts, templates you need for these. We're gonna also throw in a personalized virtual stage execution plan. So some of you guys are like, Michael, I don't know whether I should start out at a masterclass or a challenge. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow up, and when you join us tonight, we're gonna have a special one-on-one call, you and me. So Antoine or whoever else jumps in on this, we're gonna sit down. I'm gonna show you which one you should run, and I'm gonna give you a kind of like a customized plan on how I would run it if I were you. That's gonna be like, I can't say exactly the amount of time, but it's gonna be like a 30 to 60-minute call. We're gonna hop in Zoom. We're gonna customize your plan. And figure out what virtual stage strategy. I even have a few others like the workshops, in-person events we can go into, but I'm going to go into seeing what you're doing and go deeper there. Guys, listen, how much is that? Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, is that crazy value? I got friends that are charging for information like this. I got friends charging like $30,000. I'm going to try to speed this up. I got people charging like $30,000 to $40,000 for information like this. Do you guys think this would be worth $30,000 if I could show you guys how to go land a partnership deal that could make you $50,000 or make you $20,000? Like, would that be worth it to you for me to build out your one funnel? Would it be worth it for you to start building connections and relationship with new people? Like I said, I got friends charging. Actually, one of my friends that I know and one of my clients charges $75,000 for this, $55,000 when he discounts it. I'm no joke, no lie, 100%. So I know the value of this. I probably should charge $55,000. I probably should charge $30,000, but guess what I'm going to do, guys? I don't know if I should reveal this because I'm pumped up and excited. This is like, the public's never heard this before. I've never shared this with anybody because we are just launching it in just a few weeks. We're just launching this in a couple weeks from now. Like, nobody knows about this but you guys. Actually, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek. 1 second. Check this out. You guys see this? This just came in the mail. Oh, man, this is crispy. Check this out. You see that? 100K award. Listen, we got awards for our mastermind students. Check that out. It's hard to read, but we created this award. And we got 2 other awards for people who make money in our mastermind. This is a 100K award. I don't know if you guys can see that. That 100K award is for people who make at least $100,000 using virtual events. We have a $10,000 award. People make that at least $10,000. And we got a Millie award. I don't know about who's gonna claim one of these $100,000 or a Millie award. That's what I want to know. That just came in the mail yesterday. We're going all out. I told you this experience is gonna be crazy. So listen, I know, guys, I know we should charge $30,000. I know, but I'm in the business of creating life change. I'm in the business of helping people go further, faster. And I realize, not everybody has $30,000. Not everybody has $20,000. So listen, this is what I want to do. I don't know. I'm scared to reveal this because of the fact that I know some of the people in our old mastermind that are probably watching this right now, they're going to be like, you giving them all that stuff for what we paid. So what we're going to do, guys, tonight only is we're giving access to this, the year-long mastermind with everything I just said, the year's worth of technology, the year's worth of the webinar software, all that, only $10,000. Okay. Only $9,997. And like I said, this is going to be a no-brainer because listen, we just helped like one of my friends who's also a client of mine, like make $50,000 last week. Like, so I know this is like a crazy no-brainer offer when I'm going to show you how to run an event and you sell one. If you run one event and you're selling a $5,000 program or a $10,000 program, you make your tuition back like nothing. Like it's hotcakes. Like you go and like Antoine, he's going to sell one of his 20 or 30K packages where he's building people's VA companies. He sells one of those. Guess what? It's done. Tuition's paid for. He got 11 more months in the mastermind for free. And on top of that, guess what I'm also going to do? As special bonuses for you guys, I'm going to give you guys, I have a course on how to hire your first virtual assistant. Okay. Some of you guys like, Michael, I want to hire team members. Listen, Elke, who was on our team, is technically like a virtual specialist, virtual assistant. She's awesome. She's amazing. She's like makes my business like function properly because my mind's everywhere. Vanessa, who's on our team, is a remote specialist as well. She like these team members I could not function without. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to give you it's called the One Hire Away video course, showing you guys how you're just one hire away from a different business. And so you're going to get access to that when you join. I'm going to give you I think there's like over 40 or 50 calls from the past year of Mastermind that we just did. You're going to get access to the 40 to 50 calls that we just had over the past year with my Mastermind students. And I'm going to give you access to an exclusive community in Discord where you guys can meet your new Mastermind members. You can network in there, ask any questions. Actually, check this out. So Antoine, it's kind of like the $1 Million Secrets community you were in for a few, but it's specifically for our Mastermind students. So Discord, if you don't know what it is a private community, kind of like Facebook group, but there's channels in there. So we have a channel for marketing, for sales, for all these different aspects. So if you have a question about anything in your business, you can go in that community and ask it. I will try to answer it, or somebody in the group will try to answer it. And if we don't know, we'll send you to somebody who does know. So listen, I don't know about you guys. This gets me pumped up and excited. We officially start in a couple weeks. Here's how you can get started. Our team's getting ready to drop the link in just a few minutes. If you want to lock in, last year we took about 15 when we first launched. This time we're only taking 10 because I want to make sure that I have enough time to build out these people's funnels. So whoever's funnels I'm building out, whoever's softwares I'm delegating access to, I want to make sure I have time. So we're going to do about 10 people for this first launch right here. And so what I'm going to do is you can get started today. Catch this. You can get started. There's 3 ways. You can pay in full on the site. Okay, you can pay in the full on the site. It's $9,997. We're going to drop the link in just a few minutes. Or you can go ahead and do, you can go ahead and put down a deposit because we have third-party funding companies that will spread out if you qualify, if your income and your credit score qualifies, they can spread out your payments over like a year or two, like 2 or even some up to like 3 or 4 years. So if you're like, Michael, I want to search into like some creative financing options, you can go ahead and put down your deposit. It's a $3,000 deposit. That gets you, just so you know, if something happens, you can't get approved for funding, that's going to give you access to the Virtual Stage Academy when we launch in just a week or two. So $3,000 deposit. We'll hop on the phone. You and I will talk about the creative financing options, the third-party funding companies that can maybe potentially fund your investment. And then lastly, we do have a payment plan. So if you get on the payment plans, it's a little bit, it's actually $12K instead of $10K because it's spreading out, but we have a 3-month payment plan. Okay, a 3-month payment plan. You can see it on the website. It's there. So this is what I'm going to do. Team, go ahead and drop the links. Go ahead and drop the links right now. You guys can go, if you want to go ahead and save your spot now, you can go to virtualstagemastermind.com. Okay, virtualstagemastermind.com. Elke, can you add a HTTP to that Virtual Stage Mastermind? That's my bad. I forgot to do that. So they can click on it. So you can go to virtualstagemastermind.com and go ahead and save your seat. Or here's the deal. If some of you guys are on the fence and you're like, I would love to do this, I just don't know if it's for me. Or you're like, Michael, I want to do this, but I don't know if I can come up with the funding. Book a call. I just dropped a link. You could book a call with someone on my team or myself. There's a link right there in the chat. There's 2 links actually. So Elke, let's go ahead and redrop those with the right links. So you can go to virtualstagemastermind. Let me see if I can throw this. I don't know if I can throw this up on the screen. Virtualstagemastermind.com. Check it out. Or you can just go directly and book a call with my team if you have questions. Would love to chat with you guys. Listen, you guys can go and run this on your own. I hope you guys do. But if you want the fast track, if you want to like leverage my 5 to 6 years of building out funnels, listen, we've ran over 75 events over the past couple years that I can remember. And that's mainly just challenges. That's not including all the master classes. I run about 2 to 3 master classes per week for our clients. Elke can attest to that because we're running master classes all the time. She's actually, she's the webinar queen. I called her. I said, you know what, Elke, you're going to become the webinar queen. You're over this. And so so we run master classes like 3 times a week for our clients. We run challenges every single week. We'll probably do 30 to 40 challenges. So like we know what we're doing. And I want to show you guys what we do. Thank you, Elke, for dropping those. You're awesome. But listen, guys, this is the power. I just want to share with you guys. This funnels, like these can change your life. So regardless of what you choose tonight, listen, go implement something. I've said that a million times. I'm going to say it again. But listen, it doesn't matter where you're at in your business. If you're just starting out, implement these. If you got a lot of experience, you have a lot of followers, you have a lot of money, go implement this. Somebody says, and we're fully booked until October. Yeah, 100%. But listen, as some of you guys may see that and say, you guys are booked until October. How are you guys going to build my funnel? We got a full-time funnel builder. Christy, she's amazing. Christy, if you're watching the replay of this, I want you to know you're awesome. You're a godsend. Christy, who's on our team, will be building out your funnel. This is what happens. We have a done-for-you agency, so I actually work more in the agency side, but I'll be reviewing all your funnels. I'll be reviewing all your funnels after Christy makes it to make sure it's up to standards and make sure it's going to convert. So don't worry. If you hear we're booked up, that's for the done for you side of things. And listen, some of you guys, like if you feel like you may want to do the done for you side, I'm going to be honest, you have to have experienced business to even qualify for that program. If you're like, Michael, I just want you to do all my events for me. Like you have to be doing like some substantial amount in your business per year. You already have to be generating a lot of leads. That's the quality of people we work with on the done for you. But this is like the done with you. We were talking about yesterday the do it yourself, right? We talked about the do it yourself, the done with you, and the done for you. This is like the done with you version where we're going to kind of walk your hand and take you step by step through that next journey. So I hope you guys lock arms with us. I hope you guys tap in because it's going to be a crazy next year. We're about to go on a marathon together, but I promise you this experience, this is going to be my life for the next 12 months. You're going to become family for the next 12 months. You're going to, oh man, it's going to be crazy. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to share my screen one last time for some of you guys that can't see the screen. Let me know, but I'm going to try to share this one more time, Elke, just because I want people to see this. I'm not going to stay on here all night, guys. We're already 2 hours in. So thank you for being, listen, if you're here on the 6-Figure Funnel Workshop, thank you so much for being here. I really do truly appreciate this. I've been in classes. Listen, there was a comment last night. Some guy said there's only 6 people here. Like if I'm showing up for 6 people, 10 people, don't matter. If I'm showing up to 200, I'm going to show up with the same energy regardless if it's one person in the room or if there's 60. There's been times in rooms where there's nobody. So thank you guys for showing up. I hope you guys have found value in this. But let me see if I can share my screen here. Let's figure out. All right, sweet. All right, Elke, can you guys see this? I'm going to try to hide my camera and figure out how to do this. I'm not good with some of this tech, guys. You guys see this on my screen real quick? Let me know, Elke, in the chat if you see this. I'm covered up by it a little bit, but let me know if you guys see this in the corner of my Zoom. Like I'm pointing at it right here. Okay, cool. So you guys can see this. Let me see if I can exit this out. Boom. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Boom, boom, boom. All right, sweet. So this is a virtual stage mastermind, guys. So here's all the information. You can check it out here, step by step, everything plus the bonuses you're gonna get. It's a little bit about my experience. Go check out some of the reviews from like Marvin Mitchell. We've worked with Marvin. He's a financial advisor. We've helped him run financial advisor challenges, but he's also a wealth coach. So we've helped him run challenges, where he teaches people how to build their wealth. Yolanda, she's a Airbnb student, right? Or teacher. So she teaches Airbnb students, teaches them how to start their Airbnb business. This is my mentor, David and Katie. They're real estate coaches. I'm talking a lot about real estate and money, but it can be for health coaches. You can be doing nutrition offers. We've worked with tons of people. But go through here, read some of their stories, read where they came from and where they are now. It's so refreshing to hear those stories. So go check it out, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. Again, thanks for being present. Thanks for being here inside of this event. I want to know right now, what was your biggest takeaway from this week? Let me know right now. What was your biggest takeaway from these 2 days together? Oh, I got a surprise. Hang on to the very end because I got a surprise as well. Drop right now what your biggest takeaway was from this weekend, from this Thursday and Friday. I want to give some shout outs to people, maybe even throw it up on the screen. Let me see here. Boom. Okay, now I can see you guys. Sweet. Putting more energy into the masterclass, Antoine said. Yes. 100%, man. We got to figure out a way to get that popping for you, bro. Getting that evergreen running. I know there's a delay in Facebook, so Facebook, let me know what your biggest takeaways were. This is what I'm also going to do. So while I'm waiting for those takeaways to come in, I'm going to do something crazy. Tomorrow at 12, I think 12 or 12:30, our team's going to send out a communication. I can't remember what I told them. I think I told them. Either way, tomorrow around 12 or 12:30, you guys are going to get, okay, Elkie says 12. I'm going to run a bonus training for you guys. Okay, I'm going to run a bonus training right here in the Facebook group tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right at noon, midday. And I'm going to go. So we talked about funnels today. We talked about traffic. What I'm going to talk, actually, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to do some hands-on work with you guys tomorrow at lunch. Tomorrow at noon, block out lunch if you can make it. I'm going to go live sharing how to use some of the softwares, how to build these things out. And I'm going to give you guys real life examples of how people are doing this. So be here tomorrow, bonus session, noon tomorrow, EST. I'm going to give a shout out. Somebody says the funnel frameworks were my biggest takeaway. I love that. Glad that you guys got those gems. Review those gems tonight. Review those gems over the weekend. Make sure you're not only taking action on, but you're reviewing those notes daily. So listen, guys, again, thanks for being here for the 6-figure funnel workshop. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to meet some of you guys in the new mastermind experience. If you're getting in, let me know in the chat. I would love to know if you're going to work on trying to get in. Because listen, I'll make sure you guys, I'll call you if you're going to get in. Let's celebrate together. But again, let me see. All right, sweet. So I think we actually got a couple people that booked their call. I just see. So listen, we're going to make sure we get on the phone with you guys. We'll make sure we get on the phone with you guys and make sure we get you squared away. So anyway, I'm wrapping it. Have a great night, guys. VIP, Antoine, anybody else who's in here in VIP, I'll hang around for a few minutes. You guys, the replays are going to be up until Sunday night at midnight. So if you guys are here, you're learning, hang tight, watch the replays in the group until Sunday night at midnight. VIP, you're going to get access to replays ongoing. Plus, you'll have the VIP, you'll have the Q&A sessions as well. But everybody else, you'll have until Sunday night to watch it. And then we'll be taking these down and giving them to our mastermind students to watch later. So again, see you guys. Peace. Have a great night. God bless you guys. See you guys inside of the virtual stage mastermind and tomorrow for the bonus day. See ya.